So, Star Fox for the Nintendo Switch 2 was just announced this week. We knew this game was coming because of leaks, but none of us really knew what it would look like, apart from the fact that it was rumored to be a classic style Star Fox game. And classic style it is. It's just another remake of the same game they remake every single time. Despite this fact, it seems like most people are excited for it. While there are a good chunk of people who seem a bit skeptical of the new art style, it seems like the overall consensus is that if they're going to really invest in the Star Fox franchise, this is a great low stakes way to do it. You feature him in your $1 billion movie, and then you make a really beautiful looking version of the best game in the series for your brand new console. I wanted to make this video because I personally have never actually played a Star Fox game. I've opened up Star Fox on NSO a few times, played a little bit of the very beginning of the game, but I don't even know if I've ever gotten past the first level. So, I wanted to briefly discuss this reveal and whether or not it appeals to a person who is not a fan of the franchise. For starters, I think this game looks absolutely beautiful. I know that a lot of people aren't super hot on the new character designs, and personally, I was one of those people at the start. I texted my siblings immediately while I was watching the reveal, "Oh no, he's ugly," when they very first showed Fox on screen. However, watching the rest of the direct and seeing all of the art for the characters, I'm really starting to love the designs that they went with. I'll be the first to say that I did not love these character designs in the last few games. I think going for this more realistic art style really suits the vibe that I feel like these games want to give off, and I really like that Nintendo is experimenting with different styles. First, it was a super cartoony look for Donkey Kong and a more cartoon look for the other Mario characters in Mario Kart World, and now a super realistic style for the Star Fox characters, and I think it works in both of those cases. Apart from the characters, I think the levels look very pretty. As I said, I never played through the original games, so I don't really know what to expect as far as the things that we're going to see on screen, but I feel like these levels in general look very nice. Jumping from the visuals to gameplay, I think this game looks fun. If I'm being honest, I'm not 100% sold on whether or not this type of gameplay or genre, whatever you want to call it, is for me, because I'm not super sure how deep it goes or how much I'll want to replay the stages to try to get a better score. But from what I've heard, these stages have a ton of replayability, and so I'm willing to give it a shot. Speaking of replayability, the one aspect of the game that I'm not super sold on yet is game length. From what I've read and seen online, Star Fox games are not very long at all. I think I saw something that said that you can make it through the entirety of the Star Fox 64 campaign in like 2 hours. And that doesn't seem like it comes even close to the length of a campaign that we would expect today from a modern video game. As I said, I've heard the game has plenty of replayability, so that makes me a little less worried, but I feel like I really need to get my hands on a demo or something so I can get a feel for whether or not this game, this type of game, is a game that I want to play again and again and again. Now, on the other hand, the price for this game is very appealing. The price is listed at $50 digital and $60 physical. If this is a game that I can get 15 to 20 hours out of from replaying it and doing the challenges and the multiplayer content, then I think that's more than a fair price, especially since Walmart is selling physical copies of the game for the digital price of $50. I've never been one to look too closely at a game's price versus how many hours that game will give me, but I feel like in this case I'm a little more hesitant simply because I don't know if I'll jive with this type of game. I paid $70 for Resident Evil Requiem, knowing that it was about 15 hours long, and I had no problem doing that because I knew that I would enjoy the game for what it was. So yeah, those are my basic thoughts on the game and the reveal. Like I said, I think I really need to play even just a short demo so I can get a feel for how this game plays. If I like how it feels and plays and looks, I'll 100% try to pick up a physical copy at Walmart. My bet is that they've already started cooking up a sequel to this, that they try to get out as soon as possible, maybe in the next year or two. They're going all in on the Star Fox franchise. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about the game and the reveal. Do you think that it looks good? Are you disappointed that it's just another remake? Do you like the character redesigns, or do you hate everything about the whole game? Let me know in the comments, and I'd love to have a little discussion about the game there with you guys. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.